as we welcome you to SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. We welcome you. That's the punter, Ethan Evans, to get this started. Off we go from Southern California. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Saints led out by the rookie, Tyler Shough. Interesting story. Oft injured in college, the third quarterback drafted out of Louisville with pick 40. Greg, he is now the QB for New Orleans.
Here's a guy, Mike, that has a really interesting college football journey. I mean, he is as well seasoned, I would say, as possible. Mike, think about this. He played 7 different seasons of football at the college level, so he's got ideas.
Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game. Jared Hurst in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Shough. Left side into the hands of Olave.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because ball's coming out so hot, but they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd and long. They'll work the middle here with Kamara, and he's only going to be able to get back to the line. That's all. 3 plays to start. Quick 4th down.
Well, maybe he's counting a little bit, Mike, on this defense being in pass mode, and maybe you can catch him off guard with the run call. In this case, the defense was ready for all of it. They hold them to no gain. They're going to have to bring out the punt team.
The Saints lining up in punt formation. Xavier Smith is deep for L.A. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
At their own
the Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56, the #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost him 5.
Still 2nd down.
Now this looks like a design run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here's a 3rd and 10.
Motion.
A shotgun snap to Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Stafford on target to Puka. And the Rams have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Stafford now on 2nd down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
On 4th down, Stafford. He gets this complete, finding Adams.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Again, it's Stafford. Caught by Nakua on the out route. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
16 yards.
2 receptions for him on this drive. This one, good for 16 yards.
1st and 10.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch, and
in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Carl Granderson in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Working out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Hardy's kick is good, and the Rams will take a 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Velus Jones now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
The Saints take over.
The Saints offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll go play action here with Chuck.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 9. To the air is Chuck. Here, a short one to Taysom Hill. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Now Shuck on 3rd down. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20.
1st and 10.
Rams offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Ryan Brzee there for the tackle.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. It's Stafford. The pressure too much, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
He'll find the rookie from Oregon, Terrence Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
46-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds, says the official who was right there. Not the most accurate pass. It's incomplete, and it's second down.
On the coverage.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for. And it'll be third down.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
On third down, Stafford. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
A little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
So fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Back deep for the Saints, it's Rashid Shaheed. And no chance to down this one. He carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. And so far, 2 drives, 2 punts, no first downs. Not a winning formula as they start drive number 3. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He was brought down by
Now, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Kamara. Finding room at the 35. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
A pickup there of 25 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
On first down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We're back in Southern California in a moment. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. On play action, it's Shuck. You look middle here, and there's Olave. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
A gain of 22 yards.
A nice throw from the second-round pick. It'll get him a first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because That was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Chuck to throw on second down. The reception for Rashid Shaheed was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
And it's third down.
Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. In trouble, and down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Here's Blake Grupe for the Saints, a field goal try. This one from just under 50 yards. Grupe's kick is good, and the Saints will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. On the return, this is Blake Corum. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Atwell sent in motion here. On play action, it's Stafford. Look wide, get this one complete, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Second down, they need 7. Now it's Williams. Room to run at the 40. And strong running there as they're finally able to bring him down. What a run by Williams. 35 yards.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Right side, complete to Nakua. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
At the 24-yard
The thing that jumps
line.
out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Atwell sent in motion here. They'll go again with Williams. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford now on third down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They have had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up.
Man, I'm gonna put that jersey on. Put me in the game.
So on comes Joshua Carney to try this field goal. This one from 39 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Run. It's Kamara. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Poona Ford is there to bring him down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 6. From the gun, it's shut. Left side into the hands of Olave. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
A give up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is shut. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 14.
Give him 14 on that
Saints.
one. First down, New Orleans.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Off the play fake, here's Shuck. He'll step up and run this. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
First down, New Orleans.
Not even a play?
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Throwing on second down, Shuck. Shaheed with the catch. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Chuck gonna try to run it himself. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Back to the 5-yard line now. Second down and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown Saints.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. The kick is good. The Saints open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond 5-yard line.
The Rams take over.
We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. First and 10, Stafford. Caught by Nakua on the outside. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's second.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Tigby. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Atwell sent in motion here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Still first down.
A shotgun snap to Stafford. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
19. A gain of 11 brings up second and 4 at the 42-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium. After a short break, here comes second and 4. Stafford to throw again. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And 4.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Into the hands of Atwell. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Rams first down.
That's good.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
He keeps it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Second down, 8 yards to go. From the gun, here's Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
By Chase Young.
Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Working out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And he will have a first down, and they're in the field goal range now at the 30. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. As the clock will stop at 45 seconds to go until halftime.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up second.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds and stopped the clock as well.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
He gets this to the veteran tight end, Higbee. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's first and goal. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Throwing again is Stafford. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second and goal.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking.
Joshua Carney
just wasn't quite meant to be.
For the Rams field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good.
Makes the score
and the Rams
6-10.
cut the deficit down to 1.
What a methodical drive to close this half out. I mean, let's not forget, Mike, they get the ball after the break as well, so they get back-to-back. They call it doubling up possessions. Last one of the first half, first one of the second half. It's a great opportunity to put some distance between you and the opponent.
Four seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On first down, Shuck. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Now the throw on first down. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
He'll try to run for it with Williams. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that first down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line.
And the Rams.
I think this is one of those play calls, Mike, that really just comes down to understanding your personnel. You realize, okay, your back is not one of those big bruising guys, run it up the middle on third and short. Instead, use the speed, use the vision, get him outside the offensive line, and let him find that space to pick up the first down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Ryan Brzee in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's third down.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Here's 3rd and 7. Stafford. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Look, great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway and ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Williams. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
On first down, right back to Williams. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Second down, it's Stafford. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
That's a gain of 8.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On third down, here's Williams. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
26-yard attempt.
Another one through the upright. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Rams will take the lead here in the third quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 2, and will start this drive 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll go play action here with Chubb. Who knows for? And there for the sack. Worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. In motion is Hill. Chuck to throw on 2nd down. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Kobe Turner. He's able to force the big loss on the sack. And it sets up 3rd and long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Not fun here. 3rd and a lot. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. And this drive is a disaster. He goes down for a 3rd consecutive time.
And now you need 2 hands to count how many sacks they've recorded in this one, Mike. I mean, they have been relentless throughout the game, and they get another big stop here.
The Saints will punt this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Here comes Smith on the return. And it's a good return here. Able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Now a 1st down throw for Stafford.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
From the 35, here's second down and 4. They run over center with Williams. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Rams first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second and 6. Atwell sent in motion here. They'll go with Williams. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Here's Stafford. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Intended for Devontae
And that's another
Adams.
brutal
Incomplete.
drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
They'll run it with Williams. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This defense doing a great job here facing this goal-to-go situation, especially on that last play. 2 stops down, and now the pressure really ramps up for this offense as they face third and goal.
Now Stafford on third and goal. That is caught.
Stafford's pass brought down just shy.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Some extra bulk out there. They're going to roll the dice and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Williams. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Tyron Williams. Touchdown, Rams. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points, but not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9.
Saints 10.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. the gun with Kamara. Inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 30-yard line.
He was brought down
A big play and a much-needed one as well. A pickup of 44 yards.
And the Saints first down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Here is Shuck on 1st and 10. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Rashid Shaheed. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Rams' 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. On the zone reach, Shuck. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
That's deep for Olave. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a first down. Kamara trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself 1st and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown here.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. He'll keep this himself. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him, and in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
Chuck gonna throw it on 3rd and goal. And he will score. Game on. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
On comes Blake Krupe for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Saints will cut it to a 2-point lead.
19. Saints 17.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. On the return, here comes Corum. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. First down, Stafford. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Stafford now on second down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
The motion man is Nakua. Stafford now on third down. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
To the air again, Stafford. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up third down.
That's a gain of 8.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Third and 2. Stafford rolling right. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
A gain of 6. And the Rams, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. A pickup of 21 on that connection. First down, LA.
Rams, first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at, when that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. There's that man again, another catch. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford to throw again. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
They'll run it and give it to the big guy. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on fourth down. What a stand.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
The Saints offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Play action, it's shut. Look wide, get this one complete, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, it's shut. That's going to be incomplete. Humphrey very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Third down, and here is Shuck. On the move left. He'll try to run for it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
First down, Saints.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
On first and 10, here's Shuck. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Throwing on second down, Shuck. That's going to be pulled in by Camaro. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
Big play coming up. This is third down. Now Shuck. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Rashid Shaheed.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And now here comes the punt team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And he'll get a few yards on this return. Up past the 15-yard line.
At their own 19.
Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. On first down, Stafford under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Demario Davis getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
2-2 at well. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 9.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Throwing, Stafford. Just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
To return, it's Shaheed. He's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll start with great field position, right at midfield with a 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Shuck. Working free downfield. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
They get an even 20 on that one. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
That's garbage.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. 3rd down coming up.
Been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
A toss out quickly here to Cooks. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. So a pressure kick coming here for Blake Rupe. This to take the lead here in the fourth. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. Not much happening there, just a short game.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 9. They'll go again with Williams. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
That's a gain of 5.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
The pressure intensifies for 4th down and 3. They'll snap it. Here's Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. They'll drop to throw. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Back to throw. Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
On the coverage.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
He's going to try it here again. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
They'll work the middle here with Kamara. The Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Here's 2nd and 6. In motion is Hill. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now a timeout Rams. That's number 2. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this one, a win for the Saints. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.